to stand up tall and proud. I want you to speak up clear and loud. Brown baby.
In a world overrun with the fake, delusional, and disingenuous, he stands as a beacon of truth. He is Abuki Cabal. You are listening to Abuki Cabal.
Welcome to the Abuki Cabal Show.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Had some technical difficulties. Kept me down for quite a while. Hopefully I've cleared everything up. My mic sounds a little bit better. So I guess I'm going to dig into this Joe Smith thing. I'm going to take a look at that, and I'm going to give my take on it. It is an interesting little set of events that has taken place here. Not much different from just the usual disrespect that we see displayed by the ladies of today towards their significant others, their husbands, boyfriends, whatever the case may be. Just shows that that level of disrespect that basically they just have for us, that they kind of have right off the bat. So we're gonna check out what she has to say, and why. What I think about it. Why she feels like she needs to disrespect her husband in front of the world and record it for everybody to see. All right, and this is on Storm Hall's TikTok. I just use this to take a look at it here. If you guys haven't checked out his TikTok channel, it's pretty good. He's got some good stuff on there. He likes Kevin's content also. He's got some pretty interesting content. So if you haven't checked him out on his TikTok, and check him out. Blow this up for you. And let's take a listen.
The disrespect that comes with it, that you could have talked to me before you did it, that's bullshit, yo. That's fucked up, please. I'm telling you, yo, that's fucked up.
Wait, no. Calm, but you're not gonna say fuck me or that's fucked up. It's not fucked up.
You recording me? What the fuck you doing?
So then she's recording. He doesn't even know that she's recording him, and they're having a conversation. He says, he's having a discussion with her. He's telling her that it's fucked up that she's gone out and started OnlyFans without his knowledge. Clearly has some concerns about it. She is basically recording the conversation without his knowledge. for everybody to see so that they can judge her husband's decision making about whether she should be doing an OnlyFans now. Okay? So let's move a little bit further on.
Listen, it's not fucked up, and we're going to. Okay, look. So I have an OnlyFans page, and he's mad because he's just now finding out about it.
Of course I'm mad at you just finding out about it.
I'm not doing it with.
Yeah, just now finding out about it meaning that you didn't tell him about it, which means you were lying about it, or you were just, hiding it from him. Your significant other, your husband. So why are you hiding it if it's something that is not something that's going to damage your husband's reputation or your overall reputation for your relationship? Why are you hiding it and speaking about it as if he's just now finding out about it?
Anybody but myself, so why should I have to tell you? My choice, my body, my fucking choice.
I'm your partner, you're supposed to come to me and talk to me.
Joe, I've been talking to you about mad things. I've been asking for solutions to shit. You're not giving me none, so I created one.
That's no solution. Not in my book.
Okay, so here we have them discussing problems within the relationship. Okay, so she felt like his solutions were not solutions. So she took matters into her own hands. And obviously this was about money. So she felt she was going to go out and she was going to start OnlyFans and I guess auto-stimulate in order to raise money on OnlyFans. And if it was such a nothing situation, she could have told him about it and got his permission about it. I mean, after all, he is her husband, So let's get some more of this.
That's no
You
solution.
knew who the fuck I was when you met me.
Before
I
knew that.
thought that I would never have to go back to anything like
I knew
this
that
again.
beforehand,
But
but not,
unfortunately,
no.
that's not the case
Because
now.
after that, everything's supposed to change.
Everything did change.
No. Obviously it hasn't.
No, it had to. I had to do something.
It hasn't. You stood out there showing your body.
Okay. So if you don't know, before this, she was a adult film star. And this was before he knew her. So he met her after she was no longer a film star. And he married her. Okay. So her life was over with regard to that. He married her and, she was supposed to be done with that. So now, supposedly, times are hard, which, I don't believe that's the case. I just believe that, she just wants more money. This is a greed situation. And I think that she wants more money. She says in this, and you'll hear her say that, she's got multiple things going on. She's got multiple jobs. So she's pulling in money. It's just that you don't want to live within your means, which you'll see with a lot of black women. They don't want to live within their means, or either they just don't want to contribute to the household at all, and then you'll see them doing these types of things so that they can, live that high end lifestyle. And they will look at their husbands in a way in which it's a contemptuous kind of view in which you hear them constantly say things like, I deserve, I deserve this, I should have this. And like you'll hear her say, my body, my choice, using these slogans as a way to exert some sort of power over the relationship and to let him know that he has no power over her, that she only temporarily, allows him to have a say over what she does and over what she does with her body, over her person, whatever we think or what we've been taught about what a marriage is. They always fight against that. It's always some some it's portrayed as some manner of tyranny against them. I was talking to a guy, a friend of mine on Facebook, and he's bought into this this notion that somehow that racism is responsible for our positions, that we play as far as males and females, and that this is all a part of the patriarchy, which this has nothing to do with biology, it has nothing to do with anything, and that basically, we're somehow imposing ourselves upon women by saying that that there are gender roles, that these gender roles are because of the patriarchy. I'm just like, it's a shame that, somehow, there's so many guys who have been indoctrinated into this thought process because of the way the part that the feminist studies have taken in taking over the psychological sciences and the social sciences in characterizing how marriage and how a social interaction takes place between males and females. And all you have to do is just do a Google search on gender roles, and it's been bastardized into a form of tyranny against women. As if it's just something that is some myth that that gender roles exist, and it's crazy, and we see it, and and how it's playing out in these relationships, just like how she's treating her husband and the measures that she thinks that she has to take to go out and to make money in a relationship, rather than trusting that he'll be able to make money. I mean, she already has a house. I'm sure she already has a car. I'm sure she already has an occupation. She has self-inflicted anxiety based off of, looking at other people's lifestyles that makes her feel like she needs to have more and more and more money, rather than sitting down somewhere and being thankful for what she has. And we see this all over the place. Social media, television. It's all geared towards more. And we as men are not as susceptible to it as the women are. And with all of this more, we see people like the Cheesecake Lady who go out here and say, oh, I would never be able to live that down. If I were to go to a chain restaurant, my girls, my ladies would never allow me to live that down. I mean, you went and ate at a place that's not even a low tier place. You went and had dinner with a man. I mean, a lot of people can't even say that they did that. But you're saying that you can't live that down with some women that you talk to online that you probably never even met? That's the delusion that we're having to talk about nowadays and having to endure. It's ridiculous. But let's dig into this some more.
You still out there doing stuff like this on camera?
You act like that's the only thing that I do. I have mad jobs, but they're not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So I got something extra only.
I have mad jobs, but this is not facilitating everything that needs to be done. So you don't know how to downsize. You don't know how to scale back. some things have to be let go. I mean, come on, we're all black people. We know how to scale back. We know how to, say when enough is enough. Or have we lost that ability? Have we lost our minds? Have we gotten to the point where we don't know that we don't come from money anymore? Are we out here running around acting like we have always been rich, or like we don't know how to live within our means anymore? It seems that way. I mean, because not too long ago, I remember when, everybody was broke. Everybody was broke in the 80s. Everybody was broke in the early 90s. Everybody was dreaming rich, in the 90s, rapping about wanting to be rich in the 90s. Didn't nobody have no money. Everybody was fake rich. So now everybody's, playing rich and playing entrepreneur and playing millionaire now. And I'm not saying that, people aren't making money out there, but I mean, this shit's getting crazy. It's really getting crazy. And, guys, you got to look at this and really vet who you with. And I'm going to tell you, look, I understand that, I can't really say much about her being used to be porn star and all that. Look, we all know that we all have our likes, about things that we like to do, sexually and whatnot. We can all act like we try to go out here and get the nicest, clean cuttest, woman out here, but we all know that that's bullshit. We know that is not the case. We know that we may get a lily white, type of clean cut type woman, that's, to go to all of the, upper level things, but we always have a side chick on the side that does all of the dirty, nasty things that we like to do. And sometimes, she might be the one that we marry. So, I can't judge all of that. We know the rules on all of that, what we shouldn't do and what we should do. This man chose to marry a porn star or an ex-porn star. So that kind of tells us what he likes. But at least he's honest with himself. You know what I mean? That's the deal that he made with the devil. So now she broke the rules that he set up. So now he got to be a man about it. Now he's got to, drop the hammer down and say, hey, there's going to be consequences to you not, holding up your end of the bargain and do what you got to do, or you got to be a sucker about it. But either way, it's on him. We can't live his life for him. All we can do is spectate. And that's what we do. So, she making him look bad, and we out here doing what we do. Looking at it and we learn it. That's what we're supposed to do. Okay? Now, we can get into all of that other stuff, at another time. But on the surface level, hey, it is what it is. She's dragging the man all through the mud. She's making her relationship look like a hot mess, and she's looking like trash here. You got tons of jobs. Your man got jobs too, and you acting like you're destitute. And it doesn't look that way to me. You look like you have a nice house. You don't look like you're starving. People have looked into your background. You're an aspiring actress. Your man is a retired pro basketball player. I'm sure he's got some money put back. I'm sure he's got some other things going on. Even if he were to go and work and still be living off of his retirement, then I'm sure y'all doing all right. You just don't want to live within your means. Well, let's go.
Fans be breaking me off. What the fuck?
Come on, Keisha, with that. It don't matter what they breaking you off. It's the disrespect that comes with it.
What disrespect?
You couldn't come and talk to me about it.
Okay, well, we're talking about it.
So now she thinks that it's okay to talk about it now after the fact. It's okay to talk about it now after the fact, okay? And OnlyFans is breaking me off. So it's like the money over respect. See, this goes back to Monahan Scissors, like we talked about, in the past. They'll pick that silver over that band every time. They'll pick that silver over your respect every time. They'll pick being a hoe over doing something respectable because it's easier to be a whore than it is to go over here and be respectable. Now, some men okay with you going out and doing whole activities and then coming back. Okay, that's fine. If that's the arrangement between you and your man, okay, that's fine. If he's good with it, I'm for good with it. But that's not what this is. This is total disrespect right here. And we've seen it over and over and over. And OnlyFans is, this is just the beginning. This is just the tip of the iceberg. There's tons of women out here doing OnlyFans. You got teachers, you got everybody doing OnlyFans. Hell, you got Power Rangers doing OnlyFans. Saying they got to do something to make a living. When you got women out here saying they got to do something to make a living and all they can think about doing is OnlyFans, we in trouble. But they're doing better than us as men. And they out here doing OnlyFans. How long are you going to do OnlyFans? I guess that there's genres. Old lady, flicks and, saggy titty flicks and all that kind of stuff. So I guess there's all kinds of stuff you can prolong your usefulness to OnlyFans, I guess. But, I understand. I don't know. I guess it's the sky's the limit as far as your imagination is concerned. But let's finish this one up.
Because I had to find out on the fly.
All right then, but now, okay.
No,
so wait.
I had to find out on the fly.
Look at her face. He said he had to find out on the fly. She looks at her face like, well, so wouldn't he? So what? She don't really care about you having to find out on the fly. You know what I mean? She don't really care that you found out at all. She feel like she should better do whatever the hell she want to do. And she's going to say that. Let's go.
So now you know.
Yeah, now I know.
Okay. And so? Whatever.
Now, she said, whatever to the rest of the world. Whatever is like, man, fuck you. That's what she just said. She just said, fuck you to everybody about her husband. And she went on and said, my body, my choice to her husband, which means that I can do whatever the fuck I want to do. And you can't say nothing about it. That's just like saying, if your husband said that you can't do something, and then she called the police on you, and then thwarts his authority in his own house. That's disrespect of the highest order. Okay? That's what I'm talking about.
I've been doing what I have to do, period. Like, that's bottom line. That's what it is.
You hear that shit? I've been doing what I'm do. Bottom line. That's what she said now. Okay. So now. Stop this. Let me go to the article here. All right. So the article gives you a little bit more information on it. Okay. So here it is. It says, ex-ball NBA player Joe Smith is not a fan of his wife's latest business venture, absolutely losing it after finding out she has an OnlyFans account. Smith's partner of 5 years, Keisha Davis, a former adult actress who went by the name Yasmin Penn Davis, shared footage of his reaction to discovering her XXX subscription-based profile, and he was pissed. just finding out you got an OnlyFans page all these years, Smith said in the clip, adding she should have had a conversation with him before hopping on the platform. Okay, that's bullshit, Smith said. Okay, the number one overall pick in 1995 NBA draft said that's fucked up Keisha. Okay, we just watched all of that. Keisha defends herself, claiming that she isn't doing any work with other people, so it's my body, my fucking choice. Okay? She also said she tried numerous times coming up with a solution to her financial status together, but ultimately decided to revisit her former career path. You knew who the fuck I was when you met me. I thought I would never have to go back to anything like this again, but unfortunately that's not the case right now. Okay. It's worth noting Smith reportedly made $61 million in his career, but only pocketed around $18 million after taxes and agent fees, among other expenses. He has since opened up about his money problems. Smith said he doesn't care how much money she's making on OnlyFans. It doesn't change the fact that she's doing it behind his back, and he sees it as a smack in his face. We take it Smith won't be subscribing to Keisha's page anytime soon. Okay. All right. It's a bit of a TMZ ish page there. So let's move down and let's see what Keisha had to say on her last little response here. Okay. So she came back.
Question is, where's
How
Joe?
are you guys doing?
Where's Joe?
He's pretty pissed off with me. So he's been, I think he's at his sister's house. He's not talking to me right now. So yeah.
Keisha, how long ago, obviously we saw in the video that Joe's saying he had no idea that you had this account. How long is the account, have you had the page?
I've had the page for at least over a year. It's on my Instagram and my LinkedIn, but that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife, period. And
What the that's what happens when you don't pay attention to your wife. How about that's what happens when you trust your wife and you're not checking behind your wife's Instagram and all of that like a woman. See, a woman does that. A woman goes all on your social media and checks all behind your pages and all that, trying to see who's on your page, and all that type of stuff. See, but a man that's got stuff to do, he's not going all on your page, checking all behind your page, trying to see, if you're doing booty work and all that kind of stuff on your page. See, but this is what raggedy-minded people do. This is raggedy bitch business right here. This is what she is doing. And then she tries to spin it around and blame it on him. But she's out here doing the nefarious business. Let's move on.
He has a friend that he's been entertaining, and she decided that, she wants to really put a bigger, wedge in our relationship. So she went digging around my page and was like, oh,
so now he's got a girlfriend. Now she's going to make it seem like he's got a girlfriend now. Okay. This didn't come up before, but now Joe's got a girlfriend, and it's a problem in the relationship. But before it was money problems.
That she has this, and it blew it from that. It's no secret Joe's financial issues,
Mm-hmm.
and I have always made a good life for myself, before I met Joe, I was living overseas in Europe, and I had established myself as a singer, and I came back here, thinking that with his persona and who he was, once we got together and I found out who he was, that it would only take off, other things. But, not everybody's hustle and drive are the same. And depression is a serious thing.
Hey, does this not sound familiar? That, black women always say that, if I get with you, I got to get with a man that wants it. that I can manage, that I can help him get his business together. I can help him to get more, to get that money. You know what I mean? So they want to put themselves in that overseer type position where they can crack their whip on you. You know, they think that that's what you want, what we want a woman for, is to stand over you and crack that whip. But we don't want women for that. We want a woman to be our peace. We want a woman to be pretty and to come home and to, you know, be there and be happy to see us when we come home. We don't want somebody to be there cracking the whip saying, you can work hard, or you can get another job. You can, you know, you can get 7 or 8 gigs and shit like what she's doing. You see, this thing that these modern women are doing now is you know, they're trying to work themselves to damn death, trying to be better than men, and men are not trying to do that. They're trying to give this emulation of what they think a man's success is, and that's what that is. That tenacity. They think this is a man's tenacity because they've been sitting up looking at men on the playground when they came up and saying, you know, thinking that a man's life is better. You know, a man's existence is more important than mine. This is what they've thought their entire lives. You know, but no man has ever told them that. Nobody's ever told them that, but other women and their own heads, by sitting up looking at us and being envious of us. And that's what you hear in what she keeps saying. You know, Joe didn't want it bad enough. Joe's been running around in the NBA, wrecking his body. And now Joe is tired. You wasn't around when Joe was doing all of those practices and making himself available to go and you know, practice and work out and weights and all of these things to try to be in prime condition all year around. You weren't around for that because you was out there making porn. And then when she says, "Oh, I was a singer in Europe," see, they don't tell you that, hey, you can make more money in Europe as a porn star. You can go over there and you can get in booths, you know, glass booths and all of that, and you know, they'll pay you to sit up and auto stimulator in there, and they'll pay you tons of money for doing live shows and all that kind of stuff. You get more money over there than you get over here. But she says she's a singer. You know, I'm sure she was doing other stuff over there too because it's more lucrative. See, there's a lot of stuff that she's probably not telling us. You know, she's always lived well for herself, but then you'll hear more of it. Look, you let them talk long enough and they will tell on themselves. But let me be quiet.
Also. So, you know, I've been just like, you know, supporting and dealing and going through his trials and tribulations with him. I've started several businesses, you know, I've been doing a lot, like, and I just figured out, I have a home in Cape Verde I'm trying not to lose, and a roof over here we're trying to maintain that we almost got kicked out of. So I just kicked in the drive and did what I had to do, you know, and he won't do it. So I had to, and I'm sorry, you knew I was an adult video star when you met me. So if I would do anything for my own survival, then what makes you think that would change now? When I retired from the adult industry, I promised myself if I don't sing, I don't eat. So when, you know, my music career wasn't popping here when I left Germany and I stayed here for him, I figured, you know, I would, you know, start a business. I started a puppy friend social club business, a dog sitting business. And then COVID happened and that screwed everything up. I have a moving company, you know, that he actually works for me. Like he works for my moving company. You know, I'm tired of being the.
See how she makes it seem like these businesses are like big, super duper businesses. These are like small level, small time businesses, you know, and then making it seem like he's just nothing. This is the man you married, you know? This man has more going on for him than you have going on for you. And he's an ex-NBA star, you know? you talking about you're a singer and all this other kind of stuff. And you notice, I'm going to tell you something. She's never brought up that she's an aspiring actress. And it's funny that she hasn't done that, but she is. I mean, she's had quite a few roles, Fawcett Media brought that up, shout out to him, that she's got, several roles that she's had on TV on there, and she hasn't brought any of that up. Why? And you got a home here and then you're about to lose this home over there. Why don't you sell that other home and, pay this one, off or whatever the case may be? Why are you got multiple homes? Why don't you guys consolidate, your assets? I mean, it sounds like you guys don't know how to deal with your money over there, and it sounds like you're a bit crazy because you're blaming your husband for a bunch of stuff, but you're not working with him. You're working against him.
The one to figure shit out. So I figured it out the best way I know that can maximize the money that needs to come in, because I'm tired of living I'm tired of living minimal, it's not fair. And I don't understand how you could have had such a maximized life and be so content. This is ridiculous. But we've been.
You hear that? He had a maximized life. Now you with me after this, and you expect me to live this minimal lifestyle. You see, she's expecting to have a lifestyle that he used to have. She thought he still was going to be living all maxed out, and he's not. He's living, modestly, like most of us men would. We're not trying to live all maxed out. We're not trying to be, living above our means. We're just trying to live a modest life and coast through. We're not trying to be TV people. But for some reason, she out here trying to have money, money, and she thinks that she's going to go out here and basically, bust it open for everybody on OnlyFans that'll pay, and thinks that that's not going to have any implications on her husband, who is still a famous person. He may have to make deals. There might be other things that he may have to do. May have speaking engagements, whatever the case may be. And then these people may say, hey, I saw your wife busting it open over on such and such and such. We really can't have you over here. I can't look at your face and know that I didn't watch your wife busting it open last night. You know what I'm saying? I mean, she just doesn't know. She just doesn't. She knows, but she don't care. I mean, you can hear how she's speaking. She does not care. This is a person who is not wife material. She is a side chick. This is somebody he should have been hidden on the side, and he should have had somebody else as his wife, But he had to have that top tier Gucci, and that's probably what she got.
Together for almost 13 years, though. We've been together since 2012, like after his retirement. And it really wasn't a retirement that he wanted. It was a forced retirement because he just got locked out after the lockout in the 2011 lockout. You guys remember,
right.
He just never got a new job. Nobody wanted him anymore.
And why the hell would you say that? Why would you say that about your husband? This is ridiculous. This woman is from hell. Why would you say this about your husband? Again, she's showing she is not wife material. This woman is terrible. This is a learning moment. This is a learning moment.
So, there was a depression, and I've been going, dealing with all of this stuff. And I'm sorry, I'm not sorry for what I'm doing. I'm just sorry that he can't understand that that wasn't a selfish decision. It was a decision that I made. I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead.
I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead. Does that sound right, Neal? I made an executive decision when my man wasn't taking the lead. How can your man take the lead when he didn't know what you were doing? You never gave him an opportunity to take any kind of position on anything. You guys never had a discussion. you never discussed doing any other thing to make money. You guys could have done, you could have got another job. You could have done something else. You could have done a legitimate job rather than a buck naked job. Did that never cross your mind? I'm sure there's some other jobs you could have done. Are you qualified to do some other kind of work other than to get buck naked? Did that ever cross your mind?
Really love Joe. I love him. If we were,
And if you love Joe, why are you putting Joe's business out in the street, talking shit about Joe on TMZ and talking about nobody wanted him and all this, letting all this anger and hatred towards your husband and disdain come out prior to you talking about how much you loved him and all of this, and you're talking about me, and my, and not us. I haven't heard you talk about us one time. You've always talked about you and your lifestyle and how you're going to live and how he used to live and all that. I haven't heard shit about your relationship, none of that. So I'm finding it hard to believe that you love Joe.
like, if he never speaks to me again, I still will do things to help him or whatever I can because he's my family. He's like an intricate part of my life, and I just want the best for us. I wish he wanted that also. That's really where I'm at. I wish that he wanted the best for us because he's not really wanting the best for himself. So I can't expect him to do for me what he can't do for himself, I guess. And that's why I just did what I had to do.
Have you drawn that line in the sand that you will continue doing OnlyFans?
Unless something else happens that, changes that, no, I'm going to continue my OnlyFans. I think as a couple and just him individually, he needs counseling to help find.
He needs counseling. Now, see, what I was about to say is that they need counseling. As you can see, she's constantly pointing the finger at her husband, not at herself. They don't need counseling. They don't need financial counseling. They don't need, counseling, marriage counseling. It's just Joe. Joe's the fucked up one, not her. Not us. We need counseling to come together to heal our damaged love. It's just Joe, the man. Joe, the one that doesn't want any better for himself. Joe, the one who wants to live meagerly. Joe, who won't allow her to get buck naked. Joe, who wants her to be his wife, and who wants to protect her modesty and to have her be with him and be for him. It's Joe. She's fighting to be in the street. Fighting to be buck naked, to make money. And Joe's saying, no, I don't want you to do that. This is disrespectful. I don't want you to do that. I don't want people to see you naked. This is wrong. And she's like, my body, my choice. I mean, the whole argument. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, just switch this around. If this was like, Dracula or some shit, you like, I don't want you to be with Dracula. No, Joe, I want to go with Dracula. You know what I mean? It's fucking crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
Find out how to re-find himself and find his new place in the world. It's really hard once you've had a major career. You were this number one draft pick, and then everything ends. How do you deal with that? I don't want to be alone, but if that's what it has to be, that's what it has to be. But I don't think we'll have a divorce. I don't think so. I think he'll come around.
Ooh, this is some raggedy shit here. All right. Okay. So, yeah, this is something else. All right. Me. shut this down. And I mean, what you guys think about this? I mean, this is pretty ruddy, you know, for her to, you know, her whole, you know, talk about, you know, him and making him seem like he's crazy and whatnot. I mean, just, you know, just doesn't really seem like she's, I mean, from her, you know, filming him without his knowledge. He's walking around the house, you know, all comfortable and whatnot. You filming his response like he's, you know, out of line for checking you about, you know, running around doing buck naked shows and, you know, for money. And I'm sure you ain't putting that money in a mutual account. That's just your money, you know. And he just found out about it. I'm sure one of his friends told him about it, whatever the case may be. And you sitting there with a, you know, this face like, you know, like what you gonna do? You know, like you have no power here. You know, it's just the whole thing is just disrespectful, and it's a distasteful situation. You know, it screams of raggedy bitch magic, and I just want, you know, I just wanted to share this with you guys. You guys, I know it's been a long time, but I just had to jump on here with this. You know, I'm gonna share some more OnlyFans, you know, productivity with you guys with these women, you know, and how they winning with OnlyFans. You know, it's ridiculous. But yeah, you guys, you know, tell me what you think in the comments, and you know, we'll chop it up down there, and tell me if the mic's better, and you know what you guys think. And I will see you guys on the next one.
I want you to stand up tall and proud. I want you to speak up clear and loud. Brown.